Hello and what's up everybody? Welcome back to Total OS today. Well, we are back on planet Zorin and we are looking at one of the ultimate editions of a Linux-based operating system. This is the brand new Zorin OS 5 Ultimate Editions just released. I received a request from the Zorin team to take a look at this. As a Windows user, this is my #1 recommendation to try a Linux-based operating system. So if you are using Windows XP or Windows 7, take a look at Zorin. This may be an alternative for Windows 7, a replacement, maybe, or maybe just something to try out and installing it alongside Windows 7, which is what I usually do with my Linux-based machines. I prefer Zorin. If you are a Windows user, Zorin would be my #1 choice. My #2 choice would be Linux Mint, very close behind. #3 would be Ubuntu. Now the new version of Ubuntu is Unity. It's I think I can recommend it. So far it has been stable. However, for this screencast, my #1 choice is Zorin. Now I am running this inside a virtual machine with Linux Mint as a host. Virtual machines can tend to be somewhat buggy and slow, but let's try it and see what happens. Okay, I just booted off the ISO file. I'm going to double click install Zorin OS. Okay, the welcome screen, a standard welcome screen. Okay, for best results, please ensure that this computer has at least 14.5 gigabytes drive space, plugged to a power source, is connected to the internet. And Zorin uses third-party software to display Flash, MP3, and so on and so forth. Click forward. Okay, this computer currently has no detected operating systems. What would you like to do? Now, this is important. If you had Windows 7 or Windows XP, but primarily Windows 7 because that's the latest Windows operating system, and if you wanted to completely delete Windows 7, and I mean completely erase it totally, you would use this option, erase and install Zorin. I would recommend that you keep Windows 7 and try Zorin, and there would be a third option which would come up as install alongside Windows 7. You would click that option and follow the instructions. Now, because this is a brand new fresh virtual box that I installed, there is no other operating system, so it is reading it as an empty hard drive. So I will click this option. But once again, if you are installing this alongside Windows 7, then just simply click install alongside Windows 7. Got it? Okay, I hope you do. Let's click forward. Okay, the entire disk will be used. I have about 20.5 gigabytes allotted for this demonstration, so I will just click install, and at the bottom you will see it is installing. Now once again, if you are brand new to this, coming from Windows, very easy. This is an automatic installer. Alright, the time zone New York is fine. Click forward. Okay, USA keyboard, again very easy. Alright, pick a name. I will use Toss, if I can spell, Toss Today. Alright, tosstoday.virtualbox is fine. Username Toss Today. I will just pick a simple 3-digit password. Of course it says short password, and it is. And I will click login automatically. Now this review is going to be a little bit on the long side. Consider this consider this a review / install guide tutorial. Music's playing in my headset. Nice. Don't know if you can hear that. I kind of like it. Okay, I'm going to turn down the speakers here. This is cool. It's playing install music. I guess is what you call it. Okay, the music stopped in my headset. Alright, it is copying files. This is a welcome screen slideshow. If you are new to this explains a little bit of what Zorin is comprised of. The Software Center, get free software, featured software, and so on and so forth. Very nice, something to look at so you do not get too bored installing Zorin 5 Ultimate Edition. There are several ways to install Zorin. You can install it, as I stated before, completely erase your hard drive, install it alongside. One of the safest ways is to do what I'm doing, install it inside a VirtualBox virtual machine. Keep in mind that this is not always stable in a VirtualBox, and it can tend to run a little bit slow if you do not have a fast machine with lots of RAM. However, this is one of the safest ways to try a Linux-based operating system. Another way is to boot it off a USB. And speaking of that, let's go to the Zorin website. Okay, I just came to one of their pages here. This is one of the free versions of Zorin OS. Download information. The Zorin OS 5 Core, the Lite, and the Educational Lite are available for a free download. Attention: to avoid any complications, we recommend you to download Zorin OS using Firefox, as other browsers may corrupt the file and may cause errors. It is strongly advisable to do a full install of Zorin OS to fully enjoy its potential, and that's true with any Linux-based operating system. The download files below are packaged in the ISO file format. To burn the ISO files to a blank DVD, you would need a burning program. You can use Image Burn, which is a free program. If you can't use DVDs, you can burn the ISO to a USB stick, which I've used before, very handy, using UNetbooten. You can click UNetbooten, giving it the boot, UNetbooten, to try and installing it, running it off a USB drive. It says here for full installation instructions, click here. Now before I do that, let's make sure that Zorin is running. Okay, the welcome screen is continuing. I like this. Virus free, no viruses. Yes, when it comes to security, in my opinion, Zorin and just about any Linux-based operating system is the king. Now when it comes to, and I'm probably going to get in trouble for this, but keep in mind, if you are new to my channel, I enjoy using Linux. When it comes to security, Linux is king. When it comes to everything working out of the box, 100%, no bugs, stability, Windows 7 is the king, assuming that your hardware has no defects, you have no bugs, as in buying a new computer and you're running it for the very first time. I would consider Windows 7 about as 100% as possible from my experience. Although Zorin comes very, very so close. That's why I recommend Zorin for Windows users. Okay, now that I've said that, if you guys think I'm nuts, that's okay. I'm a big boy. I can take it. Just remember, I love using Zorin, Linux Mint, Ubuntu, so on and so forth. Fair enough? Alright. Okay, this is almost done. Let's go back to the Zorin website. For the full installation instructions, click here. So let's click it. Now I did do, pardon me, I did do a complete install guide tutorial for Linux Mint. If you need a little bit more guide or hand holding per se, take a look at the first part of that. I listed 10 things of what to do, of what it takes to install a Linux-based operating system, and that Linux Mint guide, the install process at least for that guide, does apply to this. But for this guide here, you can just go to the Zorin website. If you wish to install Zorin OS to your computer, please follow this guide. First, go to the download page. When the download is finished, burn the image to a blank DVD. When the burn is finished, insert the DVD into a computer and restart with the DVD still in. You'll have to set your BIOS to boot from the DVD, F12 or or hit F12 or escape or whatever you would need to boot from the DVD. Yes, it is a DVD. By the way, the Ultimate Edition is almost 4 gigabytes, so I highly recommend that you have high-speed internet and, of course, a DVD burner. Now, I will not read the rest of this. The only thing I would add to this is make sure you check that the ISO file is not corrupted. The MD5 file, make sure you check it and that it matches what Zorin has placed on their website. If you're not sure what I just said, if you are a Windows user, go back to my complete Linux Mint install guide tutorial. I do mention what I just talked about, the MD5 file, just to make sure that it is not corrupted. It does apply to Zorin OS and for Ubuntu for that matter. Okay, let's go back. Okay, the installation process is almost finished. View, store, and edit photos. Shotwell Photo Manager. GIMP image editor, which I use. By the way, GIMP is available also for Windows. Check it out if you haven't done so already. Okay, as it says, almost finished copying files. Now I will try to go briefly through every piece of software in the Ultimate Edition. It is Ultimate, so it is a lot. You know, I mentioned in my first Tosscast being my very first podcast with another fine gentleman, a YouTube channel called Infinitely Galactic. I believe I mentioned if I really wanted to do a full review of Zorin or anything for that matter, you know, realistically it would just take hours. It's just not really too wise or too feasible to keep everyone's attention. I suppose I could, you know, do it in multiple parts, but I think that would be a bit much. But who knows, maybe one of these days I will do a complete full review of Zorin or something else. But for now, I'll let this install as you see here, reboot, and I will go through the various pieces of software and maybe talk about some of the highlights. I'll try not to make this too long and hopefully not too monotonous, but Zorin 5, in my opinion, any version of Zorin should be absolutely terrific and very easy to use out of the box. Okay, it says here get help with Zorin OS. You can go to the Zorin OS forums. You can also go to the Total OS Today website forum if you need any help. I do provide free support. If you have any questions or comments, please post it at the totalostoday.blogspot.com forum if you have any questions. If I don't have an answer or don't know what the answer is, I'll try to get you an answer. And of course, there's always the community that offers terrific help, answers, advice on various questions and even stuff that I'm not even sure about. Okay, it is still configuring hardware. Alright, configuring the bootloader. Okay, it's almost done. I'll just let this finish up. If this runs a little bit too long, I may just shorten it and edit it so it will not be too long, too long. Okay, installation complete. I will just click restart now. It's that simple. If you were doing this as a full install or an installation alongside Windows 7, it would look pretty much exactly like this. Well, except this virtual box information, not that. Let me click OK. And on your screen, it would say please remove the installation media such as your DVD and close the tray if any, then press enter. So I will press enter. We'll now restart. Let me just click do not show this message again. Okay, click enter. By the way, you can run this virtual box alongside your Windows 7 if you wanted to. I'm just running this inside Linux Mint, as you see here. Both of these, of course, based on the Ubuntu operating system. Okay, we are back to the we finished the installation of Zorin. This is what your main default desktop is going to look. Now, the first thing I like to do is come back down here to the panel bar, right-click, Properties. I like to put it at the top. Menu needs to restart. Restart now. Okay. Just click Reload, click Close, and there you go. I like to have this at the top. Now, for some reason, in my Windows 7 operating system, I don't like it at the top. I like to keep it at the bottom. But for Zorin, I like it at the top. Don't ask me why. It's just one of those things. All right, let's get through this. There is a lot to cover. I will go as fast as I can, but hopefully not too fast. This is their default bluish desktop. Very nice looking. Right-click. All right, these are your menu, sub-menu choices here. Let's go to change desktop background. Again, this would be somewhat similar to Windows 7. You have theme, background, and fonts, appearance, preferences. Oh, let's see. Let's keep it simple. Let's just pick a different, somewhat blue theme. We'll click that. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. Of course, if you don't like this, you can change it. Moving along to the top right, the power, chat accounts, time and calendar, email or setup mail, volume control, and the internet. Okay, again, if you right click the panel bar, you can change or add to panel. These are applets or applications. You can choose which one you want to install. I'll just click close to now. The shortcuts, Banshee media player plays both audio and video files. This is now the new default media player. It was Rhythmbox. Rhythmbox is fine, by the way, but I believe it only does audio. Of course, I just installed this. I don't have any music or videos with this one. Okay. The Nautilus file manager, as you see here. Again, blue theme, somewhat Windows themed. Very easy to use. Going from left to right, as you can see here, very easy. Very easy. By the way, if you wanted to change how this looks, you can just click these boxes here and change how the menu style is set up. Okay, let me just exit out of this. The Z bar, similar to the Windows 7 start button, just click that. By the way, if for some reason that you don't like the Z, you can right click, Properties. You can change this, they call it the Z orb. Oh, I don't know. Let's click, let's see, Geno menu. Sure, why not? Menu needs to restart. Yes. Reload. There we go. So I just changed how my start button looks. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. Okay, as you would in Windows 7, click the start button. You have your search. A couple shortcuts up here. Browse the internet, email, accessories, games, graphics, internet, office, programming, sound and video, so on and so forth to the left. The power button here, which you can shut down and restart, so on and so forth. Going back to the start button. Log out, auxiliary, help, control center, connect to, so on and so forth. So let's go through these one by one quickly. Click accessories. Alright, these are your accessory functions: calculator, character map, cover Globus, Docky, help, PDF mod, quick synergy, search for files, take screenshot, terminal, text editor, time and date. Scroll down some more. Let's see, Tomboy Notes, tracker, search tool, virtual boxes installed, very nice, and external. We will click back, again similar to Windows 7, go to games. I suspect being Ultimate this has a lot. They have Arcade, Solitaire, Armageddon, Battle for Wesnoth, what is it, map extension, Brutal Chess, Flight Gear, Mahjong, Mars, the planet Mars, maybe not. Mines, Pingus, Quadripassal, Secret, Mario Chronicles, Sudoku, Super Tux Card is kind of fun. Torx, Trigger, X Moto is also kind of fun. click back. Internet. Okay, giver, file, sender. Of course, you have Evolution Mail, the standard email or mail client. Google Chrome web browser, GWeb social client, the Internet Browser Manager, Composer, remote desktop, Skype is installed. Very nice. Sun Java terminal transmission. Let's go to a Zorin exclusive Internet Browser Manager. Type in your password, the one that we put in before. Now we have Firefox, Chrome, Opera, and Midori to choose. Chrome is installed by default. If you preferred Firefox, you can just click uninstall for Chrome and install Firefox and go from there. It's that simple. Again, if you're brand new to this coming from Windows, it's that simple. It really is dummy proof in my opinion. I will click close for now. Alright, let's go back. We left off at Internet, didn't we? Okay, we looked at that. Click back again. Let's go to Office. Okay, Calibre, Dexter Dictionary, Economize, Evolution again, Getting Things, Genome or Gnome, G-Labels, Label Designer, Home Bank. You need to save money to donate your money to the gas stations and the oil companies. Craft, if you like cheese. Well, not really. LibreOffice, no more OpenOffice, LibreOffice. I use it off and on to type stuff. Excellent. I think it runs faster than OpenOffice. And these are the various versions or the various choices, menu, submenu, applications for LibreOffice. Project Management, QStalker, View Your Mind. I'm not sure what that is. What is View Your Mind? I don't think I've done this before. New map. Okay. View Your Mind. I guess it's a note taker? If somebody knows, let me know. Okay. Where were we? We were at Office. Okay, let's scroll down. And another Finance Manager piece of software. Alright, let's go back. Programming. And browse the Internet, email, and Composer. Okay, let's go back again. Sound and video. I suspect this is going to be loaded, and it is. Amarok, Arista Transcoder, Audacity, which is available for Windows, is excellent. Of course, Banshee, Media Player, Brasero, Disc Burner, Cheese Webcam, DVD Styler, Genome or Gnome Player, IsoMaster, Joe Kosher Audio Editor, Kazam, which is what I use to record very good, Kden Live, the video editing software, Me TV, Me, Miro Internet TV, Mix, Movie Player, OpenShot. There is a new version of OpenShot. I've heard it's pretty good. Sound Recorder, Transmageddon Video Transcoder, excellent piece of software. VLC Media Player, excellent piece of software for Windows and Linux. And of course Zine. Let's see, what's this at the top? This is the Update Manager. Okay, I will not update. Normally you would click this and install all the updates immediately after installing your brand new Zorin OS 5 Ultimate. Okay, we looked at sound and video. Let's go to System Tools. Okay, the usual shortcuts on top. Deja Do Backup Tool, DV Disaster, love it. Ubuntu Tweak is installed by default. Very nice. The Zorin Background Plus is an exclusive one from Zorin. Of course, the Internet Browser Manager is exclusive. The Zorin Look Changer is exclusive, and of course the Zorin Splash Screen Manager. If I click Zorin Look Changer, with the Ultimate Edition, you can make this look like either Windows 7, Windows Vista, Windows XP, Windows 2000, Mac OS 10, or Linux, Genome, or GNOME. Out of all of these, I would say probably the Mac OS probably looks the most slickest of all these choices. Basically, you would just click this and then log out and log back in to make it look like Mac OS. I won't do it now for the sake of time, but anyway, you have the Zorin OS Look Changer. Let me click close and we shall continue. Okay, we did System Tools. Let's go to Universal Access here, and you have Cell Writer, Easy Stroke Gesture Recognition. Wine. I get questions all the time. Can I install Linux programs on Zorin? The answer is maybe. You can use it, you can try installing some Linux or some Windows applications with either Play on Linux or Wine. It really depends what you're looking for. If you wanted to run Google Chrome, well, there is Google Chrome for Linux. If you like Firefox, there is Firefox. If you're using Microsoft Works or Office, you can try LibreOffice and see if that's enough for you. As far as installing running all Windows programs, it's impossible. Microsoft Office will not run, I believe. iTunes will not run, and Microsoft Zune, the MP3 player which I have, that will not run in Zorin. So if the question is, can I run Windows programs in Linux, the answer is maybe, some of them. Alright, let's continue. The Software Center, the all-important Software Center. This is where you could browse software. These are the departments here: accessories, education, games, so on and so forth. Let's try one: sound and video. And let's say you are looking for something pertaining to music. Type in music, and this will bring up everything that pertains to music, and you can download this. Again, this is free software. Some of these I'm familiar with, a lot of these I'm not. Quadlibet, cool name for a media player or music player. I don't think Quadlibet plays video, but you would click install, type in your password, install, and you would have it installed. I will click cancel for now to save time, and this would be, if I did install this, this would be under the sound and video menu here, which is right here, and Quadlibet would show up here in alphabetical order. But the Ubuntu, or that, this is based on Ubuntu, but the Zorin Software Center, this is where you would browse and install or uninstall software. Okay, moving right along. Okay, Wine. Again, this is to install some Windows programs. We were at the Software Center, weren't we? Okay, Places. File system, home folder, computer, network, trash, documents, music, pictures, videos, and downloads, so on and so forth. Click back. The system. Preferences. This is getting to the guts of the Zorin OS operating system. Again, there's a lot here: appearance, Bluetooth, broadcast accounts, so on and so forth. Let's see. Let's try appearance. Okay, and this goes back to the I showed you this before, to change the desktop or the theme, so on and so forth. If I liked ambience, I would just click that, and you can see the color changed at the top here. I think I'll leave it at that for now. So let's go back. Let's go to System. Okay, we looked at Preferences. Let's go back and try Administration. Okay, additional drivers, this utility, firewall configuration, gparted, install Zorin, so on and so forth, login screen, printing, remaster sys, splash screen manager. Let's take a look at the system monitor. Okay, CPU usage, memory only 302 gigabytes. I allotted 1 gig, so this is running pretty smoothly so far, considering it is in a virtual box, which is not always stable. Okay, let's continue. Here we have help. Let's click that. Again, Zorin is based on Ubuntu. This is welcome to Ubuntu 11.04. Now this is what we have here. This is the Unity desktop of Ubuntu, which seems to be okay. This would be my third choice. First would be Zorin, then Linux Mint, then Ubuntu if you are coming from Windows. And there's some various help guides here. So let's get out of this here. Click the Start button again, the Control Center. Again, just as it sounds, this is a control center to fine tweak Zorin 5, and it can go in groups: personal, internet, hardware, system, other, and so on and so forth. Let me get out of this. Click the little footsie again, connect to. And of course my network connections. If I had a laptop, there would also be a wireless setting here, but this is on my desktop, which does not have wireless. Click close. Go back to the start menu here. We have network. Okay, simple enough. Computer. Again, very similar to Windows 7, my file system here. Get out of that. Recent items. Of course, I haven't done anything yet to the Zorin OS 5 except showing you this demonstration. Search, similar to Windows, if I'm looking for something specific, just type it in and go from there. Okay, video, this would be my video folder, which again, I just installed this, so I have nothing here. And you can also go here to the left of the screen to the submenu folders here, and go from there. This is running very, very stable inside a virtual box, by the way. Now you have your music folder, pictures, documents, and your home folder here. And there you go. Again, if I click these little boxes here, you can change how this looks. Okay. And I do not want to power off the machine, so I want to click this X. There we go. By the way, this icon here which says computer, if I right click that, go to properties, you can type in something else if you wanted to. I'll call it something else. My home folder, double click that, exit out of that, and I have the trash, of course nothing in trash. Okay, I think I will wrap this up. This is it. This is Zorin OS 5, the ultimate edition, or one of the ultimate editions of a Linux-based operating system. If you are new to this coming from Windows, check this out. I think you will like it. Now this is a premium version. I believe it runs about 10 euros. There is the Zorin OS 5 core version that you can download for free, and you can install all these extra applications, pieces of software if you wanted to. No problem with that. However, if you just didn't want to go through the hours and hours and hours of trying to find all the software that you may or may not want to use, just get the ultimate, download it, and it should have everything you would need to get started in Zorin OS 5 Ultimate. Okay, have I missed anything? I don't think so. I think I will wrap this up as it is. Again, this is Zorin 5 Ultimate Edition, brand new. You can check this out on the Zorin website, and I believe they are working on the Zorin PC. There's been a slight delay. I'm assuming it will be out soon. If you click Zorin PC here, this will give you more information on the Zorin PC. And there you go, the Zorin tablet PC, Zorin PC, the future of computing. I've done a video on this before, but again, you can check this out on Zorin. Okay, if you need support on Zorin, check out the Zorin website, or you can check out the totalostoday.blogspot.com. This is support for Linux and the Windows, by the way, since I use both. The forum is way at the bottom here. If you have any questions, post them here. Alright guys, I think that's it for Zorin OS 5. As always, thank you again for joining me on Total OS today. Let's see, if you haven't already, check out my very first Tosscast podcast 1 with Infinitely Galactic. He is primarily a Linux user. I am primarily, maybe 50-50, Windows Linux user. We did a very first podcast together. I think it turned out very well. It's in 2 parts. Some funny stuff. We talk about Zorin, Windows, and other stuff. But if you haven't, please check it out. Tosscast Podcast 1. And check out Zorin OS 5. Ultimate or Core or Lite. The Lite edition is for older computers. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching Total OS today. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the future. And who knows, maybe I'll catch you on Planet Zorin. Thank you. Catch you next time. Ciao.